There is a symbol that appeared in ancient Egypt, ancient Greece, Norse mythology, Aztec civilization, Gnostic texts, and alchemist manuscripts. Cultures that had no contact with each other, and they all arrived at the same symbol. A snake eating its own tail. This is the Ouroboros, and once you understand what it actually represents, you will never see the world the same way again. The earliest known depiction of the Ouroboros was found in the tomb of Tutankhamun, dating back to around 1300 BCE. But the Egyptians did not invent it. They inherited it. In the Egyptian Book of the Dead, the Ouroboros represented the god Atum, the deity of creation, resting in the primordial ocean before the world began. A god curled into himself, infinite, with no beginning and no end. But here is what most people miss. The Egyptians were not describing a snake. They were describing time itself. When Greek philosophers encountered this symbol, they called it the Ion, the eternal cycle of ages. To them, the Ouroboros was not mythology. It was a mathematical statement about the nature of reality. Everything that begins must end, and everything that ends begins again. Now here is where it gets strange. At the same time, Egypt was using this symbol. On the other side of the world, the Aztecs had the feathered serpent Quetzalcoatl, depicted curling into a circle, swallowing its own tail. The Norse had Jörmungandr, the world's serpent, so massive it could encircle the entire earth and bite its own tail. In Hindu cosmology, the serpent Shesha holds all of creation on its coils in an eternal loop. These civilizations had no ships crossing oceans, no internet, no shared language. So why did they all arrive at the same symbol? There are two possible answers. Either it is a coincidence, so impossible it defies statistics, or they were all describing something real, something fundamental, something embedded in the fabric of existence itself. In 1865, a German chemist named August Kekulé was trying to solve one of the greatest mysteries in organic chemistry. What is the molecular structure of benzene? He worked on it for years, got nowhere. Then one night, he had a dream. He saw a snake twisting, writhing, and then turning to bite its own tail. He woke up and immediately drew what he saw. It was a ring structure, a closed loop. That dream led to the discovery of the benzene ring, one of the most important breakthroughs in the history of chemistry. The ancient symbol of eternal cycles directly inspired modern molecular science. But it does not stop there. In modern physics, the theory of the cyclic universe suggests that the Big Bang was not the beginning of everything. It was just the latest beginning. Before our universe expanded, another universe contracted, collapsed into a single point, and exploded again. An infinite loop. a cosmic Ouroboros, a universe eating itself to be reborn. For medieval alchemists, the Ouroboros was the most sacred symbol in their entire practice. They called it the prima materia, the first matter. The idea was this: to create gold from base metals, you first had to destroy what existed, break it down completely, return it to nothing. Only then could something new be created. The Ouroboros represented that process: dissolution and rebirth, death and creation, the end that makes the beginning possible. This philosophy spread into Freemasonry, Rosicrucianism, and the Hermetic traditions that quietly shaped Western intellectual history for centuries. The symbol was not decorative. It was a teaching, hidden in plain sight, available only to those who understood what they were looking at. Even early Gnostic Christians used the Ouroboros to represent the boundary between the known world and the infinite beyond. The snake was the edge of reality. Beyond it, nothing or everything. So why does this symbol keep appearing across every culture, every century, every field of human knowledge? Because it describes something we all experience. Every day you wake up is the end of the night and the beginning of the day. Every breath you exhale makes space for the next inhale. Every empire that has ever risen has fallen, and from its ruins, something new has always emerged. The Ouroboros is not mythology. It is a mirror reflecting the deepest truth about existence. Nothing truly ends. It just transforms. The snake does not die. When it eats itself, it becomes itself. Now, if the Ouroboros represents the eternal cycle of all things, then there is another symbol, one that the world's most powerful institutions have used for centuries, that takes this idea even further. A symbol so embedded in modern society, you interact with it every single day without knowing what it means. That one is next. If this made you think differently about the world around you, you know what to do.